Hi everyone! This is an edit to show how to replace a background. Okay, I'll do my best. I'm going to use Alt-Control-Z a lot to go back probably and press wrong buttons, but bear with me. Okay, first I'm in photography here, just so your screen will look pretty much the same as mine. If you go on the right corner, I'm in photography. And the next thing I do is hit your eyedropper tool and look at your sample size. Lots of times it's on point sample, and that means it's going to take a sample of just one pixel, and you will not get a fair representation of the color you're sampling at all. It's really bad. So make it like 5 by 5. It will work a million times better. And so now down here, I just have a white box for now, and that's pretty much how my screen is set up to start with. And my picture is just in fit screen. If it's a little bigger, you won't be able to get to the edges when you do the background easily, so I just do fit screen. And then go to the background and click Ctrl-J, and it will duplicate your background layer. If you ever mess up, then you can just delete it and start again or adjust it. And then what I'm going to do is go to select and then choose the color range right there. And then I have it on sample colors up above and detect faces, and then localized color clusters. I have the fuzziness at 50%. You can change it if you want, and then the range at 100%. And then what you're going to do is click the eyedropper tool all the way on the left. And you're going to try and get most of the background color get like a medium color, that instead of the dark one here where there's not much of it, get one like right here or so. And that just sampled this color. Now, don't worry if it's on her hair a little, because we'll brush that off later. There's no way you can do it perfectly. You're going to have some gray in her hair, but that's okay. And then choose the second one. And now we're going to add colors. You can click here, or you can click on the image. It's kind of cool either way. And I'm just trying to get most of the background without getting too much of her. And just get it to look pretty even. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and that looks pretty good. And you can see it got a little of her, but that's okay because we're going to brush that off as long as it gets the edges pretty well. So you can click OK at this point. Oh, click invert. There you go. And then click OK. So now, see, it got pretty much the edges around her. And down here, we're going to click this tool. It's the add layer mask, so this is going to make it into a mask. So you click that and you're on the layer. And then this is the fun part. You go into File, Place Embedded, and then I'm going to choose a background to put behind it. And I kind of like this one, so that's the one I'm going to put in. It's kind of a hand-painted background from Heather the Painter. She has a bunch of different collections. This is from the Grige collection. You can get them on sale too, which helps. You can make your own as well, or I'm sure get free ones. Corel Painter is something you can make backgrounds in. I'm sure you can do it in Photoshop too. So now I've just put my background in. You stretch it out like I did, and then you just press enter and it will put it there. Now just drag the layer up above it. Then you can see, there she is, and you can see that there's texture on her. So now you're going to go in the mask. Don't do it in the one on the left, do it in the mask. And then you can have a white brush or a black brush. The black brush will reveal her face, the original picture. The white brush will brush on the background. I'll show you. Here's a white brush, and so you're on white and use the eraser tool. And see how it will erase and put the background if I use the white. And we want to use the black. And I have it, I'm going to do 100% for this part, only for the middle. Here, I'll go back. Okay, so now it's on the black. It's at 100% for now because I'm going to go over her face and I don't want any texture on her face per se. But I'm not going to hit the edges at all. So, staying away from the edges. I really don't want I don't want it to go like this and get the background. So if you do that, just do Alt Control Z, it will back you up. And then get it off her face. And her hair a little bit. Oh, and one other thing. Up here, I have a soft round brush. And I have 0% hardness. If you use one that's not soft, it doesn't work very well. You can see really harsh edges and stuff. I'll show you that later, what it does. It's just not as good at all. So now I'm brushing it off. The little bit that's on here. I'm not going all the way to the edge. I'll use a softer brush for the edge because I actually want the colors on the background to be a little bit on the edge, so it puts the light there. It helps her blend into the subject more. So go like this. It's really not hard. And then for her hair, I'm going to hit this and then make her closer so I can actually see her hair a little more. Take a brush and you're on the eraser tool again and do it at about 75% opacity for the edges. Make it smaller. If you want to make the circle smaller, use the bracket keys. The left bracket key makes it smaller, the right makes it larger. So you can make it smaller or larger easily. And now I'm just going to brush off on the edge. It gives a little more forgiveness if your brush is the opacity is lower. I'll show you something else we'll do too. So I'm wiping it off. Washing. Okay. This is mostly the low opacity for the edges because it'll make her blend more with the background. Since I'm going for a painterly thing anyway. And then you can change the opacity to about 90% and get a little away from the edges too. Bring a little more detail in her hair. There we go. Now, another thing that looks pretty good. See how it already looks pretty decent? Another thing you can do is, if you want to clean this up right here, you can put it on white with the eraser tool and it will bring the color back in. See that? Which is kind of nice. You need to clean anything up. I'm going to Control delete that because it's weird. If it looks too dark too, you can lower the opacity a little bit. I mean too light to get it to blend a little better. See, it just looks better. I'll usually fix the edges another way too, which I'll show you. There. Okay, now You can go by the edges a little more because I didn't do much, or you can keep them like that. See, that's about what they look like now. I would clean up her back here a bit perhaps. With a low opacity. Whoops, sorry. Now, if you want to go between the black and the white, you can just use the X tool, the key, X key, to go back and forth too. So I want to be black to reveal it, and you can clean up a little bit here too, if you want more detail. Clean up the edges a little bit. This is kind of a lower opacity. Now I do something different. There we go. Also right here, if you need to, you can use the X key to make it white again, and you can clone that back in too. If you clone a little overlap, you can overlap a little and then turn it on black again and then just go over it, or something like this. Actually, I didn't even get all of this over in here. Well, kind of like it the other way. See, this I didn't quite get. If you don't want it, you can just clone over that too. And then you can go like that. Now, once that's done, that's pretty close. Then see the hair and stuff. Usually the background, I'll actually go in the background and then I'll lower the opacity a bit. It's way more forgiving. Like with the hair, you get all the little fine hairs back. It just blends better with it to see a little background in between. So see, this is at 100%, which is a little bright and stuff. So this is at about 70%. I just kind of play with it till I like it. I kind of like it about there, 80%. And then I like this part, and I probably want some on this side, so you can also do this. Go in File and place Embedded again, and you can pull it up another time. And put the background on again. Like that. Except this time I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to flip it horizontally, and it will put some of the stuff on there, and then press enter, because I kind of like it that way better. And then to get them to blend, now the one I put is on top. I'll change the opacity just a little bit too, so you can see them kind of go through, and it kind of makes them just a little more even. And I'll probably fix this because it's too light. And then I think I put one more on here for fun, but you don't have to. Just to show you, you can totally change the look. You can actually make these backgrounds darker or lighter. You can do a bunch of stuff. Here's one that's kind of warmer and has some different streaks in it. Sometimes I like it. It's kind of fun. This one I think I just put like at 5% opacity, like almost nothing. Just I don't know, I liked it for some reason. kind of toned it down a bit. So that's what I did. I'm weird. Okay, so that's what I did for the basic photo, for the basic backgrounds, and then I just flattened the image, and then Control J again, and this is how I fix like the edges, because the light, if you have edges like that, you can tell that the background's put in there. It's kind of like drawing a pencil line on someone's face when you're drawing. You never want a pencil line on the edge. You want the light to look like it's wrapping around. So I go and use a cloning tool. Make sure you're on layer 1, not the original. And then change opacity to about 93% or so. My brush is 100% soft. Otherwise you'll see lines on here if it's not soft. You'll see like hard edges on her face and stuff. Now I'm on the clone tool. And I'm on white, the foreground color. Now I'm just going to Alt, left click together. That just chooses a source point. And then you just go along the edge. What it does is it kind of just wraps the light around there and really softens the edge so it looks like the light is coming from behind onto her. You can also get rid of a few hairs or whatever if you see me like that. And it just gets rid of that line. That's a little close, but this is the basic gist of what I do. And when you do this, you can also remember you're using it at 100%. You can come back and stuff. If you don't like it, just control it. But see the difference? So just barely hit the edge, just to make it look more natural. And I don't like that, so I'm just gonna go over that too. See, and anything you want to erase, then just choose the black brush like that, and you can erase it. You can get it all back. Oops. Usually, oh, I'm not in the erase, sorry. You can erase it. See that? You can just erase it, as long as you're on the eraser tool. Oh. Okay, so that's how I clone the edge. Sometimes it works better with a bigger brush too. Hope this is making sense, guys. I'm not very good at explaining this stuff. So, see, it cleans it up. And then like here, there's gray here that you can see kind of bleeding through. So you can just do the same thing over here. Just fix it up a bit. Especially like these edges of the flowers too. That helps a lot to fix them. Make them look like there's some light on them. Sometimes you can even do way lower opacity. Just go over with. Just cleans it up. That's what I do. I'll just go around the edges and clean this stuff up. Doesn't take that long. And then that's about it, guys. So I'll go around all the edges and then it's done. So I hope you learned something and understood what I was saying. Have a great day. Bye.